Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about the Leixen LX VV-898 dual band radio. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is kind of a dual purpose video today. First of all, I'm going to show you this new radio that I got, and then I'm going to show you how you can set up your own portable mobile ham radio station from pretty much anywhere and be good to go. So we're going to get into the radio first because that's the real point of the video. This is the Leixen VV-898. It is a tiny little ham radio. It is a dual band, 440 and 2 meter. The frequency range goes from 400 to 470 megahertz and 136 to 174 megahertz. It is type accepted for ham radio use. It is not type accepted for FRS or GMRS or anything else. So I wouldn't suggest you try to use it on those bands, but again, that's up to you. And in an emergency, you use any means of communication to get out you can. This one runs, they run on Amazon anywhere from in the 70s. I think these run about $76, $79, and I've seen them as high as $160. So make sure you shop around if you decide to buy one. They have 199 memory channels, and they have 2 levels of power. So you can do a low power, which is 4 watts, or a high power, which is 10 watts. On the back here, let's pull it out, you'll see the SO239 connector there, PL239. And you can get an adapter for that. You can run this with a little HT antenna. I recently saw a video where somebody was running the, the Nagoya NA771, the one that everybody uses for the Baofangs. Next bit of info, it does repeaters, it does simplex, it does all that, just like a regular ham radio. The standby current, and why I picked this unit. This is a 10 watt unit. High power is 10, low power is 4. I'm going to be running this unit on portable power, basically on solar power, on a smaller battery, on my portable power kit, which is hiding over here. And I did a video on that. You can check that out online. I'll put a link to the video to build this. But anyway, I'm going to be running this on that. So I don't want to suck up a lot of power, and with a decent antenna, I can get out pretty far, and I intend to use a decent antenna with this. Standby current is 78 milliamps. If you put it in power saving mode, it's only 30 milliamps. And when you're transmitting, it's on low power, it's 1 amp, and on high, 10 watts is 1.8 amp. So I mean, if you're kind of conservative with your transmissions, you're running a big enough battery, and you got your system pretty much figured out, this will last you a good long time out in the field. And this is exactly what I bought it for, because this box over here is connected to solar panels. The radio is really small, okay? Comes with your connector here, that plugs into your power cord, and as I showed you the 10 adapter, this snaps in here. Microphone's kind of light, but it works. It feels like a good, decent microphone. We're going to be connecting it to the power box and setting up a little portable solar micro station here in a few minutes. So we'll be right back with that, and we'll see you then. The first step of this operation is setting up your antenna. Now, what I have here is a Radio Shack antenna mast. I'm sure you can get these at possibly even Radio Shack still. You can get them at RV camper stores, because that's how people put up their DirecTV satellite dish. And I haven't screwed it all in tightly, but I have a piece of PVC tubing that goes up to the top, and my J-pole, which again I don't have really in there all that tight. Normally I'd put it straight. It's kind of crooked now because I don't have it taped up with some duct tape, but my dual band J-pole antenna. I've used this for years. I've rebuilt it. I've fixed it. I got it at a ham fest for I think $15 in California. It was made by the Veterans of Foreign Wars, and they would sell all different bands of J-poles, all different type of designs of J-poles out there at the event. So let me step back from that and give you a little look at what it would look like without getting you in the sun here. There's your antenna all the way up. And of course, too, I would probably put that pole higher, too. I just have it sitting in there. It does go up and down. Let me give you a quick... See? And I'd probably tighten those up. Right now, this is just for the video's sake and for show. So let's go inside and let's take a look at the hooking up the radio and the guts of all that. All right, so here we go. We're back inside. This is the power box. Again, as I said, you're going to have a link in the description to see where I made this. I didn't actually build it on camera. I built it off camera, but I give you a whole rundown on how to build it and what you'll need. This is where my solar panels plug in. My solar panels are currently down there, and because I have them connected to the front of a cinder block, I don't want to move them in here. Matter of fact, I can take you outside really quick. There's the plug on the floor, the cigarette lighter plug, and there's the solar panels. I just don't want to move them because for what we're doing here for this video, it's not going to need much solar power. Okay, let's put the camera back into place here. All right, so we're going to hook up this little radio. Now, I already have my antenna hooked up to it. Okay, and I kind of have to corral that around the back. And if you notice here, I've got some Velcro on the bottom of the radio. Get this in the shot. And some Velcro up here. So this is pretty simple as just sticking it on there. Let me move the power cord away. Drop that down. And there you go. I'm going to pick up the camera too so you can actually see a little better. Going up. A lot of camera movement in this video. Sorry, folks. All right. Your next step is to connect the power cord. Now I drilled a hole through the top of this into my battery compartment. This just connects in there like most. Any of you hams know, this is a very standard connector. Now inside here, I have my battery. At first I thought about making this a cigarette lighter plug and plugging it in here, but I like the fact that I don't have to turn any of this gadgetry on and the lights or anything, and this will work. So what I did, we slowly slide that open, was put two connectors on there, two little clamps. This one simply connects to the red side of the battery, and this to the black side. There you go. I tuck my cables in to make sure they're not going to get knocked around. Close it back up. Turn on the radio. And there you go, pretty much. I have manually programmed some repeaters in there. It is very simple. You have to follow a few basic steps. I'm going to give them to you in a minute. But this is not like the Baofangs where you have to program in the offset frequency or you have to use a computer. They do make a cord for this. You can use Chirp to program it, but it is not mandatory. And I've got some repeaters. Let's see. So here's one of my local repeaters. W6UTC test. W6UTC testing. And there you go. Good as new. So anyway, those are our local repeater frequencies here. And you can switch back and forth using the A or B for A or B frequency. Right now I have it set up so that it will not interrupt. So if the 440 frequency is busy, it won't interrupt the 2 meters. Originally I did that because I had a lot of interference inside my workshop here. Because I have the other solar equipment over there, and this little thing charging down there, and a ton of electronics in here, I get a little bit of intermod, so I just set it so that the 440 wasn't being set off. You can do it where it's dual watch, so whatever frequency is active, you can go with. Anyway, that's this part. Now I'm going to give you a quick step on the programming, okay? Now I'm not going to do it on the radio because I got it programmed the way I want. I'm just going to read to you how you want to do this. The radio has approximately, I think it's 47 different memory functions. Different functions, I should say, not memory functions. So the first thing you want to do is go to memory number 5. Now you get into that mode by, not memory, I'm sorry, function. You get into that with a function. There's menu 1, menu 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. You want to pick the channel you want to save it to. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive. You're saving the channel before you program all the offset and the PL and all that. But that's how it works. After you've done that, you can go to 8 or 9 for a PL decode. Now, around here, we don't use PL decode for anything, pretty much. Save a few simplex frequencies. So you're not going to need to bother with that. And if you do disable 8, 9 naturally won't work. Because one's the PL decode to turn on and off, and one is the type of PL decode. You don't need that. Also, too, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, don't worry. If you're a new ham, you can learn all this stuff. It's not really all that complicated. Next thing you want to do is go to menu 10, and that's your encode type. Let me get it to 10 here. Okay, and you want to choose your encode type. Basically, you want the CTC encode to transmit your PL when you're trying to hit the repeater. Okay, then you go to menu 11, which is your PL frequency. Okay, that's menu 11. That's your PL frequency. So around here it's 100, some is 94.8. That's where you put your frequency in. Okay, then you go to menu 34 and you'll choose your offset. The offset for 2 meters is 000.6, and the offset for 440 is 005.000. It comes like that. The radio comes like that from the beginning, so you won't have any problem with that. If you do have repeaters with weird offsets, it can be done on this radio. Now you just want to do your plus or minus offset, so you're going to go back in here. You're going to go all the way up. I'm going to go this way because it's faster. And I turned off the beep. This had an annoying beep. Every time it pushed a button, it beeped. Okay, that's your repeater offset. And this is your repeater type, where you choose if it's a plus or minus offset. So if you're going backwards or forwards, that's where you choose it. You hit memory to lock it in, you hit the end to lock it in, and you're done. So basically it's 5, 8 or 9 if you need it, 10, 11, 34, and 35. So it's pretty much not any more difficult to program this than it is to, say, program your average Yaesu or any of the other radios out there. And this is the portable power box that I wanted to show. Basically, with my solar panels, this can be set up anywhere. I can drop that antenna that I showed you earlier anywhere, and set up and be good to go for hours on end, probably endlessly if I'm careful with my transmissions and I plug in my solar panels. So anyway, I'd just like to say thanks for watching. Don't forget, this is an excellent option for a new ham. If you're just kind of wading into ham radio, you just got your license, you're not sure if you want to spend a lot of money, this Leixen VV-898 is what you want to look at. You know, 70, 80 bucks. It's got a little more punch than a Baofeng. It won't leave you frustrated. A Baofeng, you know, your repeaters may not be very close in your area. A Baofeng may leave you a little frustrated. This won't. This will be able to get you out pretty much anywhere with a decent antenna, like I showed you there. And that antenna is something you could build yourself too. There's plans all over the internet. Anyway, thanks for watching the review. And don't forget to click like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. I've got a few more videos coming out soon, so thanks for watching.